This is KGW News at noon.
We're less than 2 hours away now from the official start of winter. It arrives at 1:48 this afternoon, and it is coming in with a vengeance. Now, you can't tell it yet because metro roads are clear and dry, but by tomorrow night, an ice storm moves in. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Brenda Braxton. We do want you to be ready when the freezing rain starts to fall. Let's head back to the Weather Center where meteorologist Rod Hill can talk more about the timing of this storm.
Yeah, thank you, Brenda. This is kind of heads up day. We're obviously dry. In fact, beautiful sunshine today. We'll be dry but very cold tonight. We'll be dry tomorrow morning when you get up. And I really think you have dry weather through noon, 24 hours from now, noon tomorrow. Once we get into the afternoon hours of Thursday, all bets are off as light precipitation could start to pick up at any time, and that would be some sort of an icy mix with temperatures in the 20s. The winter storm watch will likely be upgraded later today to a winter storm warning for the I-5 corridor from Eugene up into Longview and parts of the Oregon coast. The light blue colors in central Oregon, the Dalles back into the Columbia Basin. That's a wind chill advisory starting tonight. Get this, when east winds start to pick up overnight tonight, wind chill areas in places like the Dalles and Madras, it could feel like 0 to as cold as 20 below at times. That's a big part of our story. Back to the storm moving into western Oregon tomorrow and southwest Washington. The light snow, icy mix in the afternoon. Thursday night and Friday morning, it's all straight freezing rain and sleet. We could wake up Friday morning to a 1/4 inch of ice accumulated on most surfaces. And if that's the case, it would be very, very difficult to be out traveling Friday morning, and most of us would simply be stuck at home. The full forecast, of course, is coming up.
Yes, we'll see you then. Thank you, Rod. PDX is bracing for ice delays and cancellations. Close to 600,000 travelers will pass through the airport between now and the end of the year. Crews at PDX are de-icing the pavement, and airlines will be de-icing their planes. But there's no guarantee all those jets will get into the air during the worst of the storm on Friday. We were out at PDX this morning and talked to passengers who took off just in time.
Happy to get out of the weather. I mean, we get 2 days of winter, right, in Portland, so we'll miss it. Too bad. We're going to 70 degrees. Feels great to get out in front of the weather. It's always nice when it snows, but I'll take 70 degrees any day.
So it is getting a little tight to move up your flight, but you can try, or you could delay it. And don't head to the airport until you confirm the status of your flight. SeaTac is also warning passengers about delays and cancellations. We've already seen schedule disruptions today. Same thing happened yesterday. SeaTac expects almost 1 million travelers to pass through the airport this holiday season. Well, if you're driving to your holiday gathering, both ODOT and WashDOT are salting and de-icing major roads. Before you leave, pack extra supplies and an emergency kit. Include a car charger for your phone, a blanket, first aid kit, bottled water and snacks. Throw in an ice scraper, a flashlight with extra batteries, and a traction aid like sand, salt, or cat litter, just in case you get stuck. Remember, some areas do require you to have chains or traction tires. Power outages are also likely during this storm. The ice topples trees and power lines, potentially leaving thousands of people with no electricity. KGW's Alma McCarty reached out to local utility companies to see how they're preparing.
Rainy conditions will take a turn later this week as the temperature drops. So many chose to stock up now with plans to hibernate until the predicted snow and ice come and go.
There's tons of people. The lines are so long and lots of shelves are becoming empty.
Shirley Hand and Patricia Jacobs say they're ready after a trip to Fred Meyer.
I'm making tamales for the long haul. So we'll have some good food to eat. I'm just going to stand on my balcony on the 5th floor and look out at it and go, boy, I'm glad I'm not out there.
I have some power banks for my phone and, just extra things to make sure everything is charged.
Javier Noriega moved from Southern California last year.
We'll see how I do. I'm just going to go grocery shopping and make sure I don't need to be out when the roads aren't safe. So there's really no reason for me to be traveling in the storm if I don't have to.
Power companies like Portland General Electric and Pacific Power appreciate the personal preparation as their crews plan for ice and wind. The utilities do work all year round to maintain power lines, but they've readied supplies specifically for this storm, both inside the operations centers and out with trucks and equipment.
Usually these kind of storms don't hit every place all at once. So once we know exactly where things are happening and to what extent, we're better able to coordinate those personnel and equipment getting to the right place where they're needed to help get things back.
Tom Gaunt with Pacific Power said they expect scattered outages, but nothing as serious as a couple years back in February 2021. Although the holiday season is in full swing, he wants customers to know they've got staff positioned to handle the impacts of the storm. That being said, multiple outages often compound each other, and it could take a while to get the lights back on.
We still have the personnel, but I mean, it's not limitless, and neither is the equipment. So you have to do a really good job of triaging that. We have to concentrate on what will bring the most power back to the most customers as quickly and as safely as possible.
Alma McCarty, KGW News.
Starting at 8 o'clock tonight, 4 warming shelters will open in Multnomah County. No one will be turned away, and they're open 24/7. KGW's Bryant Clerkley talked to local nonprofits that are also reaching out to people living on the street.
Yeah, it's really bad. It's really cold though. Yeah, it is really cold. We gotta a lot of us gotta stay together sometimes. It gets a different kind of cold, you know?
Cold weather is expected to hit Portland, and Mitchell Saxton is picking up some things from Blanchet House downtown. The nonprofit is handing out coats to people in need. Saxton has been living on the streets for about a year now.
Every day it's like sometimes just a struggle, just to find a bathroom. Where am I gonna eat next? You're just thinking second to second.
Along with coats, Blanchet House also passes out scarves, gloves, shirts, pants, and food. The line was long with people waiting to get in to use the services. There's a huge need in the city of Portland.
So every meal service, we've been handing out about 100 to 150 items of clothing, jackets, shirts, pants.
We have hats and gloves.
Over at Transition Projects, a homeless services agency, they're preparing to hand out tents, sleeping bags, and warm coats. The outreach team will be looking for people in need of these items during the cold snap. Transition Projects will be prepared to take people to shelters.
So we work with 211 to find out who has a shelter bed available. When it's not severe weather and the severe weather shelters are not open, then we're using 211 for that.
In order for cold weather shelters to open in Multnomah County, temperatures have to be 25 degrees or below, an inch or more of snow, or temperatures below 32 degrees with an inch of driving rain. In Portland, I'm Bryant Clerkley, KGW News.
In other news this noon, Portland police responded to a shooting today at Southeast 9th and Market Street. Details are limited at the moment, but here's what we do know. Somebody was shot during a robbery. Police found the victim and gave them medical aid. They were taken to the hospital, but no word on their condition. So far, police have not made any arrests.